Bundesliga is back.
Welcome back to the Bundesliga.
Bundesliga returns.
The Bundesliga is back.
The waiting is finally over, and the fans are raring to go again. Curtain up for Bundesliga season number 60. The return of old familiars. They weren't gone for long.
They've written the kind of story not even Hollywood could script.
It's Europe's top-scoring top league. Stars of world renown. Welcome and welcome back.
It's absolutely magical.
Big emotions, spectacular moments. With Bundesliga legend Philipp Lahm to help us get it all restarted.
The Bundesliga is back. Welcome to the season preview.
Here he is, a genuine global superstar, Bayern München's marquee summer signing, the high-speed scoring machine from Senegal. Behold the man, Sadio Mane.
La Bundesliga hace noticia. Sadio Mane firma por el FC
Ganz heiße
Bayern.
Breaking News. Liverpool-Angreifer Sadio Mane unterschreibt beim FC Bayern.
Agora pela Bundesliga.
Bayern München have signed Liverpool star Sadio Mane.
I'm really pleased, really happy to be finally in Munich. I'm here really happy and I'm very looking forward for the new challenge.
With the heartiest of welcomes to his new sporting home, triggering a veritable wave of Mane mania in Munich. A new headline act. Even in Bayern's star-studded ranks, his contract inked through to 2025. For CEO Oliver Kahn, it's a made-to-measure match of club and player.
He's the consummate professional. He's ambitious, he'll push himself to the limit, he wants to win titles, and for that he's come to just the right place.
Genau beim richtigen Verein gelandet.
His first stop with Bayern, the USA on their pre-season tour. For fans and club alike, a sample taste of things to come from Sadio Mane. His presence, his pace, his appetite for goals. An early chance to get off the mark from the spot, duly taken.
Mane! His first goal for Bayern, and everybody knows that there are many, many more to come.
One new arrival scores, another sings his praises.
He's one of the best attackers in the world, I think. He did an amazing job in Liverpool, and now I think we can be really happy and grateful that he came to Bayern Munich.
Munich and Bayern, the latest step on a career path increasingly plastered with top titles in recent years. The Premier League, FA Cup, UEFA Super Cup, Africa Cup of Nations, and of course the Champions League with Liverpool in 2019. His most treasured individual achievement, being named African Men's Footballer of the Year twice now. Sadio Mane has never forgotten his roots.
I would like to thank the Senegalese people, and I dedicate this trophy to the youth of my country.
Bambali, a village of some 2,000 souls in Senegal, birthplace of one of the best footballers on the planet.
The whole world knows about Bambali now. Thanks to him, Sadio Mane, they know about our village everywhere.
Here's where it all began. These streets, these fields. This was Sadio Mane's childhood terrain, where the fruits of his subsequent professional achievement.
He didn't forget us either when he started playing for Senegal. He really loves his village. He loves Bambali and his friends here. Everything he gets, he gives back to Bambali.
Not least because of what his village gave him first. This is where Sadio Mane learned the rudiments of his future trade. Technique, tempo, team spirit. Bambali was his elementary school of football life. His passion and natural aptitude with the ball, unmistakable even back then.
It's no surprise to us that Sadio reached this level and the whole world's talking about him. We played with him in small fields here and we all knew he was destined for great things. He always loved football and was always very talented. I'm not surprised at all.
From the fields of Bambali to football's biggest stages and that Mane mania in Munich. For longtime Bayern skipper Philipp Lahm, the new star signing looks a good fit for the record champs.
I'm excited. He's got all the qualities, in attack and in defence. At the same time, it'll be interesting to see precisely how Bayern reshape their attack.
Sadio Mane, a decidedly down-to-earth superstar, though that modesty will be no obstacle to his hunt for further titles, now to be continued in the Bundesliga.
Und Joshua, are you ready for the USA? King, du auch? Ready? To move, Sergio. Also, viel Spaß on the FC Bayern US Tour.
We came to support our favorite team in the world.
We're driving past some impressive buildings, and you can see how big the park is. It's all pretty cool.
Bit of a change of scene here in the States. Different environment, fans. These trips are always fun.
Bayern München finally back on tour. A highlight for all concerned, the visit to the White House.
Yeah, I've never been there, so it was, for me, it was the first time, so it was a really nice experience, definitely. There were so many rooms, I don't even remember all the rooms anymore, but yeah, it was just, I think the whole garden, and this was the most impressive for me.
As if there wasn't enough hype already around mega signing Sadio Mane and all the other superstars. Then he joined the party as well. Matthijs de Ligt flying straight out to the US capital to join his new teammates.
Yeah, what you said, like a roller coaster, I think. Obviously, I went to Munich to do the medical check, to do the signing. Then immediately, straight away, went to Washington. Long flight, came to see the guys, with jet lag, and the day after played the game, scored a goal, went off completely destroyed and tired.
Succinctly summarised, and here's another leisurely look at the pitches to match. Coach Julian Nagelsmann clearly having identified De Ligt's ability to do damage from a set piece up front. At 22, a new defensive linchpin in the making. The Bayern of tomorrow on display today. Also in the form of his Dutch midfield compatriot, 20-year-old Ryan Gravenberch. The record champions investing further to ensure they stay top of the pile. Whatever the opposition might be getting ready to throw at them.
Right now, I think Leipzig or Dortmund, those two teams always been, a challenge for us. And I think they're going to definitely come hungry this year. Leipzig, they won the Pokal, so they're on a high right now, so they're motivated, and so is Dortmund with all their new signings, and yeah, so it's going to be a tough season, but I think we're going to make it.
Here, the sense of sporting history is palpable. Lambeau Field, home of the Green Bay Packers. An iconic temple for NFL fans from all corners. Among them, him, Bayern coach Julian Nagelsmann. No stranger to the big stage, but for all that. And now, for the first time, hosting a football game of the round ball variety, with a capacity crowd of almost 80,000 for the friendly against Manchester City. And both sides also competing against the elements, in a game twice interrupted by heavy thunder showers. The result of secondary importance on this occasion, but it'll be a different story soon. Nagelsmann's debut season in charge, satisfactory rather than superb.
Whether you're a coach or a player, at Bayern you're always under pressure. Last season, they won one trophy. For the club, I think that's the minimum requirement. Over the longer term, I guess everyone knows that one won't be enough. Bayern's aim is always to win every competition they take part in, and that's the standard you're measured by.
Replacing Robert Lewandowski is, of course, no easy matter. French super talent Mathys Tel is one for the future, while 19-year-old Jamal Musiala can expect to play an increasingly central role.
Yeah, for me personally, to get a little bit more game time, keep working on myself. As a team, we want to win the Bundesliga, Champions League, have lots of goals. We want to win as many titles as possible, and I think we have a great team to be able to do that.
They've set out their stall and made quite an impression already on their stateside tour. Now Bayern simply can't wait for the action to kick off again in earnest.
We've more superstars coming up later on the show. Prominent among them, 2014 World Cup final hero Mario Götze.
Oh, it's absolutely glorious.
News that sent a shockwave through the Bundesliga. Sebastian Aller, Dortmund's new top striker, is diagnosed with a testicular tumour. But first, here's a look at some of the upcoming highlights of this out-of-the-ordinary Bundesliga season.
The race to claim this glittering prize in the top European league with the most goals and the biggest average crowds.
Oh, he's there!
Look at the crowd go crazy!
Oh, that's even better!
Magical moment!
What an amazing goal! Can you believe this?
The 60th Bundesliga season is going to be quite a unique one, with an extended winter break for the World Cup finals. For football fans, that means action-packed top-flight thrills aplenty through to mid-November. Before the Stars head off to Qatar to battle it out for this Golden Globe. And it all kicks off at the end of July with the title holders head-to-head for the first silverware of the season. DFB Cup winners Leipzig against champions Bayern in the Super Cup. The hosts, having earned their first ever major trophy, are now chasing their second.
The best team of the Rückrunde, and they managed to keep Nkunku, the player of the season.
Then the Europa League winning Eagles have the champs in their sights. The Bundesliga curtain raiser, Frankfurt against Bayern.
I think Frankfurt have huge potential. All Europe knows about the White Wall now.
The very next day, it's derby time in Berlin as Union play host to Hertha. Last season ended with Union firmly ensconced on the capital's football throne. In September, Leipzig's football temple is the setting for a showdown between title contenders. And when Leipzig play Dortmund, football fireworks are as good as guaranteed. This game has never finished goalless. Roaring back into the Bundesliga, a royal blue colossus.
Playing at Schalke was always a bit special, an incredible atmosphere.
Dortmund versus Schalke, the ultimate Bundesliga derby, with its 99th instalment coming up on matchday 7, a game in which almost anything can happen.
There's Lehmann! He scored! Oh, that's one for the history books!
The red-hot rivalries carry over into October. First, it's Rhineland bragging lights on the line. Köln have beaten Mönchengladbach 3 times running in this one. On the very same day, it's all eyes on Der Klassiker, Dortmund versus Bayern, a meeting that enthralls football fans worldwide, with Dortmund desperate to end a 4-year losing streak in the league against the serial champions. In November, it's DFB Cup final reunion time. For Christian Streich's fulminating Freiburg side, the chance to gain revenge for that bitter loss to Leipzig. In short, it's highlights galore right through to the Winter World Cup break. What else does the Bundesliga's 60th season have in store?
A legend is reanimated. Schalke are back in the Bundesliga. More than a football club, this is a whole way of life.
Arriving at a new club, I need that sense of tradition. You feel it when training restarts, among the players and the fans. Just that general emotional atmosphere, and you try to absorb it.
Bundesliga 2's all-time top scorer Simon Terodde has won promotion to the Bundesliga with 3 different clubs, but firing Schalke back up there was something else. goals.
In the last few games in particular, what we pulled off there, together with the fans, was really the stuff of dreams.
High drama, devotion, emotion. The promotion run-in was classic Schalke, complete with battling comebacks and last-gasp goals. In the thick of it, Uruguayan midfielder Rodrigo Salazar.
I'm looking forward for it because Bundesliga and Premier League are the leagues that I like the most, and yeah, now I'm lucky to play on first Bundesliga.
Ecstasy when Schalke win. It was ever thus for their fans in the Ruhr district down the decades. Staying true to the cause through triumph in Europe, spectacular near misses and precipitous decline. A mentality rooted in the region's long and proud coal mining tradition. Together, we can do this.
Schalke's a special club, an emotional club. People in the city live and breathe both football and Schalke itself, as do others further afield, who carry our emblem in their heart. That has its own effect.
Schalke needs its local heroes. Club icon Mike Buskens tapped into that Ruhr district mentality to steer them to promotion. Buskens remains very much involved. The new head coach once worked under him at Greuther Fürth.
I think I do fit in well at the club, in terms of that workers' mentality. Roll up your sleeves, overcome obstacles. That's the only way I know. It's probably one reason I got the job.
Knuckle down and maintain that bond with the supporters.
Every training session, every friendly, you can see the fans' attachment to the team and the club. You couldn't ask for more. It gives me goosebumps time and again. This feeling of togetherness, going into the games and into the season, it means so much, and it's something that we all need to be aware of and alive to.
Schalke, it can get exceptionally intense, as on last season's late surge to the Bundesliga 2 title. And now there's that local set-to with Dortmund again.
I've experienced various derbies, but Schalke Dortmund's on another level altogether. That'll be a dream to play in.
Terodde and Salazar are living their dream now at Schalke.
Yeah, we are working hard. We all go the same direction, so we're gonna fight for it. We are good. We are getting ready for it.
Schalke, a club not quite like any other, back where they belong in the Bundesliga.
Later, we'll be turning the spotlight on the other traditional heavyweights who bounced straight back to the Bundesliga last season, Werder Bremen. And Frankfurt's fans made their own indelible impression as the team stormed to Europa League glory last season, and they aim to keep the party going.
Frankfurt's exhilarating journey took them all the way in Europe last season. Now they and their fans aim to strike out towards further success. A rafting tour to underscore the buoyancy of the Eintracht team spirit.
It just makes you hungry for more. It's like a drug. I said that the day after our triumph. So we're heading into the season with a lot of ambition.
And with a glittering addition to the trophy cabinet, skipper Sebastian Rode and his colleagues have raised the bar here again. It's a triumph for the fans as well.
It's quite extraordinary. After having to do without the fans for so long, they made a huge contribution alongside our own on the pitch. So then you're happy to hand the cup over to the crowd, give them the chance to hold it. After all, Eintracht have waited an age to win this title.
Coach Oliver Glasner initially had no intention of joining the team on their brief celebratory post-final trip to Mallorca, but as is their wont, the players just kept at it.
All the guys said, oh, come on, also join us, come on, and then I said, okay, I will go with you. I just put on a short trousers and a shirt, and then we flew there, celebrated the whole night, and the next morning we flew back.
The Europa League winners get a ticket to the Champions League. New territory for the Eagles. On top of the Bundesliga, it's a stressful but exciting schedule.
If you worry about something or if you whine about something, At the end, it's easy. If we miss 2 penalties, we would have 6 games less. But this is not what we want to. Yeah, we wanted to win and we want to play Champions League.
The UEFA Super Cup against Real Madrid, Bayern München in the Bundesliga for starters, the highlights are coming thick and fast.
Everyone's already talking about what Eintracht can achieve this season, but that can only happen with hard work.
Jibril Sow and Elmami Touré try a bite of hand cheese, a local speciality, provided by the fans, up to 50,000 of whom accompanied them on their European travels last season. It really does give you an appetite for more.
Wie Musik so.
We could probably fill the stadium with 150,000 people, no problem. It shows how euphoric and excited the fans are about the new season. That's a huge motivation for us.
Frankfurt and their Eurostars are good to go again.
Which is this player? Who is this player?
It's the same player.
It's the same. It's the same player. Chandler, Tinley Chandler. No, Gonzalo Paciencia. I don't know. This is Seppel. No, Seppel Road.
Seppel Road?
Yes.
Very good. Yeah, perfect.
The sporting hero of an entire nation, subsequently almost derailed by the burden of that success, Mario Götze. From Wunderkind and World Cup winner to perceived long-time underachiever. And now, after 2 years in the Netherlands at PSV Eindhoven, he's back in the Bundesliga with the chance to make a brand new start. Here he is again, Mario Götze, back on the German football stage with all the inevitable attendant hype. The new star on the books at Eintracht Frankfurt, though he's learned to keep such things in perspective.
It's a mark of recognition, a positive, also in terms of how I've been playing more recently. But the focus now is on what lies ahead.
He'd rather leave much of the past behind him. But the tale of Mario Götze can't be told without reference also to the less successful side of his career. Born in 1992 in the Bavarian town of Memmingen, Mario moved with his family to Dortmund at the age of 5. Rocketing through the ranks at the Borussia Academy, he made his professional debut under Jurgen Klopp in 2009. 17 years young and already the German super talent.
And Götze scores his first goal and makes it 3.
A star is born. A full international at 18, his close control, passing and finishing, all simply sublime.
Oh, it's absolutely glorious.
His rise to the very top seemed predestined. In 2013, much to Dortmund fans' displeasure, Götze joined arch-rivals Bayern and their new head coach, Pep Guardiola.
For me, that was certainly a factor. His philosophy and style held a great appeal.
November 2013, an emotionally charged return to Dortmund. Götze found himself warming up in the tunnel. Such was the hostility of so many of those who once adored him. And when he came on, within a matter of minutes, he stunned the home crowd.
Oh, it's in! The poke from Götze, he doesn't celebrate, but the once favourite son of Dortmund comes back to haunt them.
Having come through his toughest game in style, at the following summer's World Cup in Brazil, he fired Germany to victory over Argentina in the final. The high point, but also the turning point in his career. At Bayern under Guardiola, he was featuring less and less. The added kudos from his World Cup heroics, seemingly more hindrance than help. In 2016, Götze rejoined Dortmund, gradually reconciled with the fans, but then came the next setback. A metabolic disorder sidelined him for quite some time, and after 4 underwhelming seasons, he left Dortmund again and the Bundesliga altogether, joining Eindhoven in 2020, perhaps relieved to escape the relentless public spotlight.
It was a really good experience in the Netherlands. What we built up and achieved there was good in that moment and also good for me.
Götze helped Eindhoven win the Dutch Cup last season. Happy days too on the family front, with his wife Anne-Catherine giving birth to a son in the summer of 2020. Now he's back in the Bundesliga with Frankfurt, and perhaps also with a point to prove.
It's mostly about just proving something to myself. All the rest's out of my hands and not so important to me. I'm just looking forward to getting out there and playing.
The chance to add a positive new chapter to his checkered career story. Someone who's confident Götze can thrive at Frankfurt is his long-term Bayern colleague and fellow World Cup winner, Philipp Lahm.
A great guy. We always got on well, and an outstanding player. It's a coup signing for Frankfurt, and on a personal level, I'm glad to see Mario back in the Bundesliga.
With his ability to work the channel, open up defences and play the decisive pass, Götze can add a new dimension to Eintracht's attacking game.
Mario is a player who's very intelligent. He finds spaces, he can create chances, he has a good timing in passing, and so he will have a good impact on our performance.
There it is again, that weight of expectation. In the interim, Götze seems to have made his peace with it.
The events of the past aren't that important. I've just turned 30. I have a few games and experiences under my belt and look at things in a slightly different way now. You just have to enjoy the game.
Mario Götze, unburdened, revitalised and ready to show that his football story is far from told yet.
Isn't this nice? Summer seaside vibes, courtesy of Leipzig's Angelino. By no means the only Bundesliga star enjoying his inter-season downtime to the full. When the campaign's at a close, you need the holiday call. Gladbach keeper Jan Sommer hanging out with Dortmund centre-back Manuel Akanji. The two Swiss buddies and national team colleagues also chilling with their nearest and dearest. Pool, sand and sea, what more can you ask for? Akanji's fellow Dortmunder, Jude Bellingham, meanwhile, posted greetings from Ibiza, where he had keeper Gregor Kobel for company. And while the Bundesliga's best clearly do like to be beside the seaside, it's not the only option. Bayern skipper Manuel Neuer, for example, enjoyed the change of pace of a cycling trip in Croatia. For some, it was the summer of love and time to officially tie the knot.
The sweetest red cheeks I'd ever seen. You stand beside me in every dream. Angel goddess, you cover them all.
Okay, enough romance. Bayern's new star signing Sadio Mane opted for a conscientious compromise between holiday and hard work. So, re-energised and already top fit, it's all systems go for the season.
This ever-buzzing, ever-transforming metropolis, whether in the red camp or the blue, football fans in Berlin are extra fired up for the start of this season, because straight away on match day one, it's derby time in the capital. So let's help set the scene by taking a closer look at the protagonists, Union and Hertha. Both clubs finished last season on a high, for very different reasons. In the city's southeast, the red and white collective secured a Europa League place on the final match day.
I will doff my cap to a team that has never really had any money. All they've had is that kind of thing.
Kickstarting a capital Köpenick party. Union in Europe for the second year running. What an achievement.
It's incredible. Crazy, really. Matchday 34, 5th place in the table. I think we might need a while to find the words to describe this.
From the red to the blue corner, where the tension was worse and lasted ever longer, their team finally staggered to safety at Hamburg in the second leg of the relegation playoff.
It's Hertha's night here in the Hansestadt. Hertha are safe.
A passionate, professional, totally committed 90-minute performance, earning us a well-deserved victory here.
A happy ending then, for both clubs, strengthening the bond between those involved and releasing some pent-up emotions. Among the league's best-regarded sporting directors, Oliver Runert has in recent years constantly been able to compensate for the departure of key players and find equally effective replacements.
You just have to accept it. We don't have the same kind of resources as other clubs. But despite that, we try to operate at the limit of what's possible for us and squeeze out everything we can.
Runert has been doing just that once again this summer. Jordan Sebaciu, signed from Switzerland's Young Boys, has already had his moments in the Champions League. The US international should help plug the gap left by the departure of top scorer Taiwo Awoniyi. And then there's this new eye-catching arrival. Top defensive prospect Diogo Leiter snapped up on loan from Porto for the season. Across the city, meanwhile, there's a major change afoot for the Bundesliga's Alte Dame, and from the highest level down, with the headline act being the midsummer election of new president Kai Bernstein, a former Hertha Ultra.
What's happening here in Berlin reflects a general change. People saying, we've a voice, this is a democracy. If we want something, we must do something. If we want to help our club, we have to make the effort.
On that front, the 41-year-old entrepreneur is leading by example, tapping into his own long-time passion for the blue and whites and getting them upward bound again.
I think all of us who played football used to lie in bed dreaming about being subbed on and scoring the winner in the 88th minute, helping out our club. That's my life mission now. I'll do everything I can to make Hertha better again.
They've got a new coach as well, Sandro Schwarz, most recently in charge of Dynamo Moscow. Favours a brand of aggressive attacking football that should also wow the fans. It's bubbling up already in Berlin, a capital derby to kick off the season, featuring two radically different but equally fascinating outfits. The Irons with another chance to shine in Europe, while the Old Lady seeking to restore some of her faded glory. Last season, this fixture served to underscore the shift of the balance of football power in Berlin. In the league and in the cup, Union swept to victory every time.
No doubt tonight, and no doubt this season, as to who the #1 club in Germany's capital is.
It hurts, but it's also a motivation. You can look at Union and acknowledge they're doing a really good job. These last 5 years, they're surfing a wave, doing a lot of things just right, also in terms of the image. That can only motivate us to follow suit.
Both clubs have already experienced the wind of change, and however things pan out this season, the football scene in Berlin will doubtless continue to be anything but boring.
Ooh. Ah! Some hair. Wow. A mouse. Why you put this face? What is this? It's not alive, huh?
Bro, I'm scared to do this, man.
Oh, shit, man. Oh, no, man. Come on. Bro, see, I'm scared of this thing. What's that? Fakes. Hey! No, it's fake. Like a snake. Was it scary?
No.
No?
I'm strong. No, I'm strong.
That particular connection between a city and its football club. In this city on the Rhine, it's truly made to measure. Supporting Köln means being prepared for just about anything, and when it comes to trying something new, the fans are on the front line as well.
We should be open to innovation, as long as it makes sense.
A home friendly against AC Milan, the opportunity to offer a cutting-edge inside angle on all the on-field action. Selected players kitted out with microphones and body cams. That's got real rarity value in top-level professional football.
Alles, was wir außen machen in die Bewegung, ist okay. Nur diese Bälle, selbst wenn ihn sichert, da muss 2-3 Meter Vorsprung haben. Verstehst du, was ich meine?
I think it's brilliant for the fans. They can also get a sense of what we're saying and what we're seeing.
Technological innovation meets an uptick in sporting ambition. Last season, players and fans alike found themselves carried along on a rising tide of football euphoria. It all culminated in a 7th place finish and Köln's return to the international stage.
Everyone's talking about a sensational season. I think if anything's sensational at all, it's how the team bounced back from the year before, in a manner no one thought they could.
And he's the one who made it happen. Venerated by an entire city, the coach in the flat cap, Steffen Baumgart. He'll have some new faces in the ranks this season, prominent among them goal grabber Steffen Tigges, snapped up from Dortmund.
We believe Steffen Tigges is a striker who can help Köln over the long term.
In our talks so far, he comes across as very empathetic. I think that's why he's so successful, totally immersed in the action. But then away from the pitch, his door's always open for the players.
While the Billy Goats can keep feeding off the coach's energy, he's focused on the fresh challenge ahead.
This season, everyone knows our game, so we need to come up with a few variations.
What won't change is that reciprocal, enduring love.
This was the moment they'd been working towards all season.
Werder Bremen have done it!
1 year away was quite long enough.
And just look at what it means to this football-mad city.
With Werder Bremen and their fans, the North is back on the Bundesliga map, a city and a club steeped in football tradition. 4-time German champions and 3rd place on the all-time Bundesliga table behind Bayern and Dortmund. 6-time DFB Cup winners, helping many a top talent take the step up to top star, with coaches who became legends in their own right. But history, however glorious, doesn't win you re-promotion. That was achieved with level-headed planning, focus and determination. All to be continued in the top flight.
Yeah, we've worked really well together this past year. Now we face a fresh challenge. We're all looking forward to tackling it and are confident we can collectively succeed. I feel comfortable with the current configuration here. We'll see how it goes this season and just take it from there.
That good old Hanseatic sober-mindedness. No need to inquire here about campaign targets.
We should be humble, grateful to have made it back at the first time of asking, and just look at our own performance. That's what counts this season.
As it did last season. Top scorer Niklas Füllkrug contributing 19 goals towards their promotion drive.
With a cracking goal! Niklas Füllkrug!
2-time Germany international Niklas Stark is one new arrival. European under-21 champion Amos Pieper another. The influential Mitchell Weiser remains on board, while former top prospect Oliver Burke has also signed up.
Hopefully this is my home now and I can relax, and I want to settle and I want to enjoy my football, be a part of the team for a long period.
Home for Bremen is the Bundesliga, where they now aim to stay for the duration, in the safe knowledge they can rely on their fans to do their bit to make every home match a Bundesliga party up north.
From modest returnees to 2 of the main pretenders to Bayern's domestic throne. Dortmund have beefed up their ranks over the summer in a bid to go one better than the runners-up spot, while Leipzig's success in the DFB Cup has only whetted their appetite for more titles.
A training camp with a distinct summer holiday vibe to it.
You need a good atmosphere and a sense of togetherness. A good team bond. For me, that's always a priority.
Pre-season preparations in Austria. Leipzig are here to lay the foundation for a campaign focused on maintaining their impressive progress in this calendar year.
One thing we're addressing is consistency.
And it was a lack of consistency that cost Jesse Marsch his job as coach last December, after Leipzig made the patchiest start of their still young Bundesliga history. Then came Domenico Tedesco and the turnaround.
I think we have to be very satisfied with the qualification for the Champions League after the first 6 months, that it wasn't so good.
But after the turn of the year, no one earned more points than Leipzig, climbing from 11th in the table to 4th.
We became a proper unit and just harmonised well. We had the best defence, the second best attack, and it's important to make clear to the players and staff, also after the fact, that everyone played their part.
A key contributor to Leipzig's transformation into the best team of the Rückrunde, Christopher Nkunku.
Nkunku! Oh, that's good!
20 goals and 13 assists in the league alone for the Bundesliga Player of the Season, firing him onto the wish list of some truly stellar clubs. But Europe's most wanted is staying put in Germany at Leipzig, where his deal runs until 2026.
There's a few good reasons to stay. I really feel at home in Leipzig, and last season showed how I can keep developing and improving here. The club are also determined to hold on to me. That's a great demonstration of faith.
In contrast to years past, Leipzig were this summer able to retain the services of their top star.
It's great for Leipzig and the league, on the back of that outstanding season, to have such a player staying in the Bundesliga. It also says a lot for the club.
I think it's a good sign.
They've also snapped up a new midfield motor from Wolfsburg, Xaver Schlager.
He's a good strategist, good technique and first touch. Wins the ball, starts a lot of counter-attacks. He's just an intelligent player.
Who's raring to go for the DFB Cup holders.
We're targeting more trophies. You can really sense that hunger.
The club's first major title. They hope it's the taste of things to come.
Everyone working at Leipzig, you could see it in their faces. Something's happened. You feel it in the city and among the players. Rightly so. It's significant. It does you good to win a title, to be successful. That said, here we are, starting from scratch again.
And certainly not resting on their laurels, least of all in the Bundesliga.
We have a team, we have the quality to be up there, and of course we want to show this every year.
Consistency is key.
To knock Bayern off their perennial perch, you'll need more than a good Rückrunde. Leipzig are building towards that now, with solid hard work and a splash of summer fun.
Dortmund's new frontline star, Sebastian Haller, brought in from Ajax, the big summer signing for the Black and Yellows. But then, just days into their pre-season training camp in Switzerland, the shock discovery of a testicular tumour, sidelining the 28-year-old Côte d'Ivoire international indefinitely.
I'd ask now for a little understanding. This is incredibly difficult for us. You all got the news. We're still waiting for a precise diagnosis. Sebastian left us yesterday to undergo further tests in Germany. We've got our fingers crossed for Sebastian and the whole Haller family that he's restored to good health as soon as possible.
Coach Edin Terzic visibly affected, as were Haller's new teammates.
It was a terrible shock for all of us. I've got to know Seb as a truly top-class guy over the past week and a half. We've had a lot of fun already. I'm just really sorry for him and his family.
The early diagnosis should undoubtedly help with the process of treatment and recovery. From his hospital bed, Haller himself posted a quick, positive update.
I wanted to let you know that step one is complete. I would like to thank BVB and the medical team who took excellent care of me. A big thank you also to all the nurses at the hospital for their support.
The outpouring of support for Haller has been accompanied by a heightened awareness, as he is the third Bundesliga player to be recently diagnosed with a testicular tumour. Hertha Berlin's Marco Richter offered words of encouragement, as did Union's Timo Baumgartl. Both Richter and Baumgartl are already, thankfully, on the road to recovery. At this juncture, it's unclear how long that road will take for Sebastian Haller. What's certain is that Dortmund will need to adjust their planning for the immediate future. In his first spell in the Bundesliga from 2017 to 19, Haller scored 24 goals in 60 games for Frankfurt.
The main thing is that Sebastian gets healthy again. We haven't really addressed the whole sporting aspect of it all yet, because, as I said, a definitive diagnosis is still pending.
And Dortmund's new signing will accordingly be given all the time he needs.
Hopefully he'll come through it well, together with his family. I just wish him all the best and the speediest possible return to good health.
A sentiment shared by football fans throughout Germany and beyond, in the hope that in the non-too-distant future, a fit and healthy Sebastian Haller will once again be gracing the Bundesliga stage.
Up to now, according to Edin Terzic, it had all been a bit of a football holiday camp. And here's where the work began in earnest. Bad Ragaz in Switzerland, where Dortmund pitched up for the 12th time to prepare for the campaign ahead. With a radically revamped squad and a coach starting his second stint at the helm in search of the right balance. The magic word? Stability.
Obviously, you start by discussing these things, but talking about them isn't enough. You have to lead by example, and that's what we're trying to do. The coaching staff and the entire club demonstrate the mentality we want to embody.
A shortage of talent's never been the problem here. Where they have found themselves under critical scrutiny in recent times are in the recurring theme areas of attitude, consistency and mentality. But enter Niklas Süle.
The quality in this team's certainly good enough to claim a top place in the Bundesliga. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here. But you're always treading a thin line, banging on about wanting to be champions of Germany. But how much do you really want it?
A lot in his case. Niklas Süle freshly arrived from arch-rivals Bayern with a healthy portion of self-confidence in his suitcase.
It's really valuable to us to have someone with his experience and with his quality. You know, I've spoken to him quite a little bit actually. We spoke about football, things away from football, and you know, I get on really well with him as a person, which is really important. But you know, it's great from the first session. You can tell he's very motivated. He's very focused.
And he's not the only one. Dortmund are building anew from the back. Nico Schlotterbeck, late of Freiburg, might also soon be pairing up with Süle at the heart of the defence for the national team. Up front, 20-year-old Karim Adeyemi has already played and scored for Germany. With Sebastian Haller and Salih Özcan, further top-class acquisitions. Meanwhile, at 19, he's already an on-field leader and second deputy captain. At this huge club, never completely off duty, even on holiday with teammates in Ibiza.
So you want to get to know what they're like as people before you see them on the pitch and stuff, and I think that was really good, because now me and Karim get on really well. Like, he's been here for as long as I have, and I think that's been a big part of it.
It remains to be seen when their new star striker will be able to enter the fray. His absence keenly felt at both a sporting and human level. But Edin Terzic has already displayed a knack for making the most of a difficult situation. As interim coach, he steered Dortmund to the 2021 DFB Cup.
Firstly, it's good to see Edin Terzic has the backing of the whole club. They've made some astute signings, but the priority now is to establish a solid axis and form the team around it. And obviously, that's the responsibility of the coach.
For Dortmund, this season represents another fresh start. The past few years have often felt like one long roller coaster ride. Now it's time to get off it and back on a firmer footing. The early signs are quite promising.
Boys' name. Boys' names. How many can you name? 20? Can name 20. 20 boys' name? Different. Mika, Risha, Alfonso, Sadio, Joshua, Idrissa, Aliou, Abdul, Issa, Musa, Lamin, Idrissou, Bakary, Goretzka, Müller. Wait, what? Guess.
Manu.
You know, at Bayern, there's clearly a meeting of two like minds.
I said
Superstar Sadio Mane and super talent Alphonso Davies. We'll see you again soon, and let's leave the last word to Philipp Lahm.
The Bundesliga is back. Enjoy.
Here we go again. Bouncing and bouncing them checks. Bouncing and bouncing them checks.
You like it like that. What's the deal?